I'm Sarah Cudmore. I'm an ex-head teacher. I've spent 21 years in education and 9 as a head teacher. And I left the system basically because I could see really how damaging the sort of assessment process and some of the other kind of policies that sort of lead education were. And I just thought, right, this isn't right. I had children and I thought I'm going to do it differently. I tried hard while I was a head teacher to do things differently, but it was getting harder and harder. So I decided to home educate my 2 children, and just, yeah, I didn't have a long-term vision, but just kind of not far into the journey, could see how incredible this alternative education could be. And it really got my kind of passion going. And I was like, I want, this just is the right thing for my children anyway. And then I started to think more from the sort of educational sort of assessment point of view, and started to think about how home educators look at the progress their children are making and all the things that are happening sort of legislation wise, particularly in England. And I thought actually, and also, getting involved with home educators, lots of like new home educators really nervous and sort of lacking in confidence that they could do this. And then I was registered with our local authority, and I was sort of faced with my first meeting, and I sort of panicked. Even with all my experience, I panicked. I was like, gosh, what do I show them? And I sort of started trying to gather together all this kind of stuff that we've been doing. And I just realized like how hard it was to be kind of organized and feel confident. And even though, in your heart that what you're doing is just incredible and the children are flourishing. So this is where Collage was born. And I did a lot of research around other things that were available. So this was like 2.5 years ago that I kind of looked into this, and I couldn't really find anything. So I thought, well, I'll get out there and build something myself. And I managed to get some grants and things together to get to create Collage. So I'll give you a quick whistle stop tour of kind of what Collage does. And hope that some of you will see some kind of some relevance in what I'm doing and kind of the fields that you guys are in. So this is the dashboard. Obviously, it's mobile first, but this is the dashboard for the computer version. So basically, you have your dashboard and you have your children, and what you would do is you can basically capture their learning really nice and quickly. So I will just upload with an image, which is give it a title: skating first time, and you've got your date. You can select your child, and you can select a category that would fall into. You can upload photos, videos, or documents, and then I would choose from. There is a pre-populated list, so we've got the national curriculum on there with all the national curriculum objectives. But we've got unschoolers, and there's a tracking method for unschoolers where they create their own subjects. So it could be creativity, it could be the subject, it could be collaboration, or whatever subjects, titles or categories they wanted to give them. So I'm just showing you the national curriculum version for this quick demo. But you've got the tracking criteria down the side. And then I might make some notes here and just say, I won't do that for now because it takes some thinking, but, blah, blah, blah. I would put in there notes about what she did in that session and what she's planning to do perhaps for her next session to try and show some progress in what she's doing there. Or I am at the moment trialing this with a group of young children who are sort of age ranging between 10 and 14, and they're very much in the self-directed mode and uploading things for themselves. They're going to be my ambassadors, and they've got some crazy good ideas about getting rewards and getting, they need a bit more incentive to be doing these uploads. So we've got some really fab things in the pipeline. So then I could save it. I can save it and load it to another learner. So quite often in the home ed world, you might be doing something and two children might be doing the same activity. So that just saves a bit of time there. Or I might want to upload it to another subject, because we know that actually most learning is not in singular subjects. So you'd save it and you get your little confetti come down and say, well done, you've uploaded. And then it takes you to the sort of category that you've uploaded it, and you get to see this really lovely sort of pictorial chronological report of what the children have done. You have got other functions here. So you've got a report function, which enables you to select subjects, select a time frame, and it'll create a PDF report, which is actually really helpful, particularly in England, as we're talking about legislation and sort of having to provide proof to local authorities of what you're doing. So that's it as a sort of whistle stop tour. It's a web app, so it's not available in the App Store at the moment, but it is, you can use it like an app on your phone. I've got an icon on my phone, and I just kind of link into it like that.
Oh, wow.
But yeah,
Thank you. That is very, a quick visual, engaging little test drive. As you know, this group that we're gathering from all over the world are coming from not just the UK and Europe, but North America, Asia, Africa. And it's one of the primary goals for this brain trust is to get out of our own silos and see what other people are developing, whether or not that's to spark new ideas, new partnerships. Sarah, could you share, on that note, any questions or needs that you have in developing this web-based app for parents in the UK for a more global audience? What do you need? What are you looking for?
Definitely. I mean, I'm always looking for like-minded people to have, conversation about education. But really, kind of, I see this as an opportunity to change the education system in a sense of actually, if we could take away all the sort of layers of assessment that children have, and they could just have this one portfolio that tracks them from really, this could be from birth, and some families are using it from birth. But, if you were using it from birth through to employment or even a lifelong learning journey, it would, it could really replace a really tricky academic assessment process. So I'm looking for other people that are doing similar things. I know there are some platforms where there are similar things, and they can get an accreditation at the end. So I'd love to think that could be a way forward for home educators. And I also am looking really at this being, potentially, we have got some global customers right now, but, in the future, I would love to see that this could be something that is used in the wider community than just here in the UK.
Fantastic. And I think you were also looking for potential partnerships for funding and future development work. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, really. So we're at the stage where we're just a small business. There's two of us at the moment managing this. And really, particularly when we're looking to go global, we're looking for other people in other countries that can support us. We're looking for, potential investors, potential partnerships. We're kind of a real open doorsy people, and, just looking to work with people in kind of any capacity that kind of helps build and grow this and potentially the conversation about assessment in education.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
and the accreditation sort of side of it, I'm also really fascinated in. So yeah, I'd love to
Yeah,
pick people's brains.
I agree with you. And I think just thinking globally, it is a real opportunity to see people in various continents working on their own solutions to something that I feel globally we're seeing assessments shift and change. And accreditation is, is approached in different ways from different places. But it would be really interesting to open up collage to a broader audience. So I'm hopeful and invite anyone from the Hope Brain Trust to reach out to Sarah and your partner, who is
Catherine.
Sarah and
Yeah.
Catherine from Collage in the UK. Reach out to them if you have an interest or want to book a call. Get in touch, and we look forward to seeing you at future meetings.
Oh, thank you so much, Hope. I really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
I'm super excited to be part of the group as well. So thank you.
My pleasure. We look forward to folding you in.